Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 209. I've been on quite a hiatus. I got married, so I'm back. We're here. No more weird podcasts where
Yeah.
John talks to himself for 34 minutes.
Yeah, or just me not putting up anything for a couple weeks because I was sick.
Yeah.
Ugh. But we're
You know what
back.
sucks? You know what sucks is like now Elise is sick. Like we got home, we went to like a friend's giving at Kenny's apartment, and then like 2 days later she's sick. It's not COVID or anything, but it's
But
like
it's all
she's
Kenny's fault. Can agree on that.
yeah, it's all Kenny's fault.
Obviously.
No,
Yeah.
nobody else is to blame. It's not the fact that we were in Mexico last week. It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the fact that we've eaten like shit for 2 weeks straight. Um, it's just like the
All
flu.
right.
So we're
All
good.
right. Well, since you're back, you're married now. Unfortunately, I had to miss the wedding because again I was sick. Um, but what was Mexico like? Like, was it good? Was it your first time down there? I've never been down there.
So I've been to Mexico like a handful of times as a kid, just because like I have family down there. The
Mhm.
last time I was down there, I was either 7 or 8 years old, so it was a
I
long
always
time
forget
ago.
you have family down there.
Yeah. So every time I've gone to Mexico before this past time has been like to visit family, and like they don't live in like the resorts that you're thinking of when you're thinking like last week when I went, I was at a resort at the Hard Rock Hotel
Mhm.
for most of my time there. But like when I visit family, they're like in the heart of Mexico, pretty much, where like they live in the mountains. So like they have cows, they have horses and shit like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, this past trip was awesome. It's the first time we ever did anything like all inclusive. It was really cool. Like also really weird to like eat a full meal and then just like get up at a restaurant and leave. Like that was a very strange feeling because like you don't have to pay for anything. It's all included.
So it's just like eating at home. Just when you're done, you just get up and go.
Yeah, but like you're at
I
like a fancy restaurant at the resort. It's very weird.
I I would feel very out of place.
I know. I mean like we tipped every time, but it's still just like we would just be sitting there and it's like it's weird not to have somebody come give you the check to let you know like all
Yeah,
right, it's time to
you're good to
leave.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, now it's like
get
we're
out of
just
my
sitting there
place.
like talking and then like it's
Yeah.
like we were just looking at each other like should we leave? Like what are we doing here? We already ate. We ate. Like, I think the funniest thing about it is Elise was like, "Oh, we can finally order dessert," because like every time we go out to eat, like we're not people to like. I'm not gonna pay $15 for like a fucking warmed up brownie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on
No,
it.
no.
Like we're
Usually,
never dessert people, but like at this resort, John, we were dessert people.
hell yeah, man. On the honeymoon, you gotta go all out.
Yeah,
Well,
it was fun.
congrats, man. Very sorry I couldn't make it to the wedding, but things happen. We'll we'll
Things
uh
happen.
we will eventually we'll find a time to like meet up and do like an in-person podcast and stuff.
Yeah, John, really, you should come up here when there's like a Comic Con weekend, and we'll
or
go to that for a day or two.
that
C two
or
E two.
E2E2, yeah. Either one of those.
That
Yeah.
I mean that is what like our Comic Con is C2E2 more or
Gotcha.
less. So
All right. Yeah, hell yeah. I That sounds great. But I think we should get started talking about video games before people think
dude, are
this
you
is a
sure?
honeymoon
Are you
podcast.
sure you want to tell people to go to Twitter and search for at Pixel Street to follow us over there, or
Yeah.
or if you want to go to Hive, we made a Hive account
Hi.
at Pixel Street over there because
Yeah.
apparently that's like the Twitter backup for the gaming world right now.
Yeah. I
Um,
tried making one, but it wouldn't let me. I don't know. That was weird.
Probably because you're a bot,
I
right?
am a bot.
You're just a
I've
shit
always been
posting
a
bot.
bot. That's me.
Yeah, so follow us on those two places. Check out our pinned tweet on Twitter for our link tree, and you can find our join our Discord, dude. I don't know. I haven't done a podcast in a while, so
Discord, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just follow us anywhere you can find Pixel Street or Pixel Street Podcast.
or Pixel Street
Just
videos on
Pixel
YouTube. That's
Street
what we are.
videos. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
we should mention we just posted a video of our first impressions on Pokemon
Yes.
Scarlet and Violet, so definitely check that out.
Yes.
It's a game.
It's a game. It's good, but yeah, go ahead and watch that video to find out what we had to say about that.
Yeah, let's just let's get right into our main topics of the week. First and foremost, the FTC is likely going to file an antitrust lawsuit to try and block Microsoft from acquiring Activision Blizzard. John, it seems like people are trying to do anything to prevent this deal from going through, but when they bought Bethesda, it seemed like it just like was smooth sailing.
This comes down to Sony and Call of Duty. That's really what all this hubbub is about. This week there's been a lot of quotes coming out of Sony. Sony was like saying stuff like Microsoft's real plan is to make Sony like Nintendo, and so that they would like only focus on their first party games and that's it, to like completely eliminate them from the first person shooter market, even though Phil Spencer and Xbox have said multiple times Call of Duty's not going anywhere. It's still going to be on
to be
PlayStation.
fair, to be fair, like when this all started, they were kind of like choosing their words to like
Yeah.
kind of hint that it might not be on
Yeah.
PlayStation, but also saying that it, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then like just recently, like Phil Spencer's pretty much like, look, it's not coming off of PlayStation.
hmm Yeah, there was also a recent thing I saw this week that they offered like a 10-year deal for Call of Duty to be on PlayStation. Regardless if this move happens or not, Call of Duty's not getting off PlayStation. There's just too much money there. Like, there's no way anyone would look at that. I can hear all the arguments about Starfield and all the Bethesda stuff and some other Activision stuff going exclusive and everything. Call of Duty is still like the biggest selling franchise in video games right now. So like that is not, they're not taking that away from PlayStation. It's just not going to happen. If anything, it's just going to expand more to Nintendo Switch, which who knows how that would turn out. But regardless, yeah, the FTC, this actually just got posted a little bit before we started live streaming the podcast that there's a few members of the board that are they're not, they don't fully trust Microsoft to honor what they're saying and stuff with the streaming stuff. This doesn't mean that the move is blocked. It just kind of means that, and it's not even done yet. If they decide to go through with this and file this antitrust lawsuit, there's just going to be court stuff before it actually happens. So,
It could delay it a little bit, is what it
yeah,
comes down to.
yeah. Um, do you see a scenario where this doesn't happen?
I mean, I could see it going either way at this point. Like
Mhm.
it feels like there's a lot of people or organizations trying to go against the deal. Like not only just Sony, but like I mean mainly it's Sony, right? So Sony is bringing this like their thoughts on it to the attention of like what was it like the European like I don't know what it was exactly.
European Trade Commission, I think.
Yeah, like Sony was like the driving force in telling them like, hey, look, this is why this is a terrible thing for us. Um, and like that's the funny thing is like, it's only a bad deal for Sony, in their eyes, right?
Yeah, no, it's
Like
100%.
Call of Duty's not coming out on Nintendo Switch or anything like that. So
Yeah, it just really comes down to Sony sees this as a way that Xbox could, they and really the big problem here I think is most people, like just normal people that aren't really into games like us and a lot of people that would like listen to this show, um a lot of normal people see Call of Duty as a PlayStation title. Yeah, it's on Xbox, and the Xbox people that have only an Xbox console, they see it as that. But just like your normal person sees all of the commercials and everything with the PlayStation logo and Call of Duty, so they just associate it with that. So they're going out and getting a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 to play the new Call of Duty on that. I think that's really where Sony's like kind of up in the air, especially with how much they like try to get these third party exclusives and everything. They like to have it everyone thinking, It's kind of like how Xbox wants everyone to come into their ecosystem with xCloud, PC, and everything. PlayStation wants you thinking PlayStation when you see Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is because like that marketing deal used to belong to Xbox, right? Like on the
Yeah.
360 days. The way
Hmm.
I see it is if Microsoft is going to hold true to the fact that Call of Duty will still come out on PlayStation, forever, pretty much. Um, I just see it as Microsoft just paying a shit ton of money to keep that Xbox logo on Call of Duty trailers after this PlayStation deal's through for the marketing aspect. And
Hmm.
it just like Sony is like acting almost like if they were in the position Microsoft was in, like they wouldn't even consider buying Activision Blizzard because it would hurt Microsoft in
Oh,
some way. No, and
and
that's like
we know the moment Sony acquired Activision that Call of Duty would be a PlayStation
yeah,
exclusive. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, like this could just be being like I'm very biased towards Xbox just because that's my preferred platform. It pretty much always has been, um, but it just feels like Sony is coming off as like babies about the whole thing because like they didn't think of the idea first or like they didn't think to approach Activision Blizzard to try and buy them because they're like, oh, they're so big, there's no way they would sell it.
The funniest thing to me is earlier this week, it might have even been today when they were saying stuff like, "Oh, Xbox wants to take us out of the first person market." They're like completely glossing over the fact that they have Bungie.
Yeah,
Like they're not.
they literally bought Bungie because
Yeah,
of Microsoft buying stuff. Pretty much is what I think. I
yeah,
don't know.
probably. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't. I'm kind of with you. I could see it going either way. It is a little daunting to see a such a huge corporation like Microsoft get even bigger with a deal like Activision. Even though I do love Xbox and that is also my preferred area to play, um, there are I can see why people are apprehensive about it, but on the other side, I really want Bobby Kotick out of there, so I want it
Yeah,
to happen.
I don't know. Like me being biased towards Xbox is like I would love this deal to go through because like think of how many more games would be on Game Pass like day and date
Mhm. That would
because of
be
it.
great. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of stuff coming out of PlayStation here with them. Said I think they also said like Xbox has 29 million Game Pass subscribers, and that number is wrong or something. They're just throwing out a bunch of stuff to try and rile up people and make them see this as a bad deal for everyone involved, even though it's just kind of hurting them a little bit, and even not that much. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we're
Moving
going to talk
on.
about this a lot more in the coming months because
Yeah.
this every week there's something new coming out about this
Hmm.
acquisition.
Yep.
John, talk to me about the Game Awards because I have not even looked at anything.
Yes.
I've been
So,
out of town.
in the last couple of weeks, the Game Awards nominees were announced. I believe we're going to put up a video of us casting our votes, and so you can see how we would go in all those areas. But I kind of wanted to look at certain areas because there is. All right, one of my I this whole section we want to talk about snubs and nominees that weren't deserved because I feel like more so than in the past, this game award has some bad nominees, like Stray being up for Game of the Year, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. There are so many other games that deserve that.
Yeah,
Um,
like Saints Row.
no, but something like something like Kirby, I would put in front of Stray. Yeah, it's just ridiculous to me that Stray is up there for Game of the Year. I'm not going to get over that. But yeah, so I was wondering, did you have any snubs or any like area of the Game Awards where you're like, why is that on there?
I this is my first time looking at any of them right now.
Oh, gotcha.
And looking at the Game of the Year list, this is the first time I haven't like played enough of any of these games to make a decision, right? Like I
Yes.
tried Elden Ring. I played maybe 10 hours of it and it just like was not for me. I think that a game being hard just for the sake of being hard is a bad game. But that's just like my opinion, and I
Hmm.
understand people don't agree with that. A Plague Tale Requiem. I mean, I talked about how I got most of the way through the first one, and then I got taken off Game Pass, so I haven't played that. God of War Ragnarok. I played like an hour, 15 minutes, hour and 15 minutes maybe.
Hmm.
Horizon Forbidden West. Like I got right outside the first zone and stopped because I was burned out because I just played the first Horizon game. So yeah, like I haven't played enough of any of these games to make a decision. But if I had to choose out of what I have played of each of these games, I would probably say it was between God of War and Horizon for me.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta play through God of War. But I would assume God of War would take my game of the year out of this list.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, yeah. I just think there's a lot of interesting nominees this time around. Usually there's like one now and then where I'm like, okay, that's an odd thing to see in there. Kind of like It Takes Two being up for best family game last year, which was just funny to me. Um, yeah, yeah. Looking at the game of the year, that is probably the Stray being in there is the biggest one that just sets me off. I'm like, why is that there? Because I haven't played all of it, but what I have played of it, I'm like, this is just fine at most. And I don't remember seeing people talk about it as like one of the best games. I do want to mention Vampire Survivors because I haven't. I might be missing it, but yeah, Vampire Survivors is not anywhere on here, and I've seen so many people talk about that game.
Well, I think it came out last year.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
think it came out last year on Steam. Hold on, I'm looking.
okay, because yeah, I had only
Well,
heard about
it
it.
came out March 31st, 2021.
Really? Okay, okay.
Yeah, because I
How?
remember because like people that I like hang out with on Twitch sometimes, they were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, how much is it?" They're like, "I think it was like $4 on Steam or something." They're like, "Or you could just go to the website and play."
Okay,
It's literally just like a web browser game.
gotcha. That makes sense with how it looks. Um, I I'm guessing that it was in
It
early
was in some
access last year,
yeah,
and
because the 1.0 release was October 20th of this year.
yes, that's what I was just gonna say. So yeah, I would have said that that could have been involved at least for best indie, but it's not even in there, right? Yeah, Cult of the Lamb, Neon White,
What's
Chico's Great Picnic. That's
best
crazy.
ongoing game? Let's see.
It's ongoing games. I know Overwatch is in there.
No, it's not.
Um, or no, that I'm thinking of best multiplayer. I think.
Apex, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
Dude,
This is
that's
the one
just the Fortnite
category.
award.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the
Yeah.
one category though that like I kept saying the Master Chief Collection should be in, and it never
Hmm.
was, and now it never will be because Halo Infinite's out.
Yep. And
It's
Halo
just
Infinite is
sad.
gonna be in here.
Yeah,
No.
never.
Hey,
Um,
no.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I
Let
don't
us
know.
know in the comments and on Twitter and stuff if you have any snubs or undeserved nominations in here. Stray is just the big one for me. I cannot get over that.
Oh my God, Content Creator of the Year, Nibelian. Let's go. I will vote for that man or
Is
woman.
isn't it great that
That's amazing.
right when they
He's
said that
leaving.
they're done doing it, they get nominated for that.
Yeah, dude.
That really makes me think it's like
Oh,
is Jeff
hey, Vampire Survivors is under best debut indie
debut indie. Okay. Debut indie. Okay. I
towards
don't
the
get
end.
why. Yep. I don't get why it's not under best indie. That I don't know. I hear so many people say how that is one of the best games this year. And I've
I
played it
love
a
it.
little bit. I'll we'll talk about it in what we're playing because yeah, it's it's good. I don't think it's as amazing as people make it out to be, but it's good. All right,
Okay.
let's move on.
L- All right, John. What things do you want to see from Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox in 2023?
Yeah. So when I was coming up with this topic, I was just kind of throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what I could come up with. Uh, but yeah, we think of these three as, I mean, they're the main console platforms, and we want to see them do better things. So, what kind of things do you want them to do? My big thing with Xbox, at least, is we need to start seeing these first party games release. At
That's the
least some
thing
kind
is
of
like
update on them.
I'm not even setting an expectation for that because every like even this past year we're like, all right, we're gonna see something. Like it might be
Mhm.
Fable, it might be Perfect Dark, and then every time it's like we're not ready to talk about that yet. Here's another Forza game.
Yeah, yeah, we got Forza. I mean, we got Redfall and or wait, is it Redfall? Yeah,
Redfall, yeah, the zombie one,
Redfall
the vampire.
and Starfield coming out from Bethesda, which is good for Xbox. But man, we need some kind of update on Perfect Dark, Fable, something else. Give me a Banjo Kazooie remake. Like, just give me something to be excited for. I mean, yeah, we're excited for all these games coming up, but man, we just haven't seen nothing. When's the last time we heard about State of Decay 3? 2020 now? Like it's been a while for a lot of this stuff. Um yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
I
like I feel like they are not gonna show stuff until it's like months out at this point. Because
yeah.
like they showed us that Perfect Dark teaser. Why? Why there was no benefit to them showing that to us.
They're yeah. I feel like that was just kind of a thing to be like, okay, everyone knows that we're making a Perfect Dark game. We might as well become official with it. That's the only thing that I could get out of that. But yeah, I'm with you. There was nothing of substance to take from that reveal. Um yeah, as for Nintendo, I mean, I'm with Tears of the Kingdom coming out next year. That's really all I'm looking forward to with them. But I would, man, I just want them to do something with their IPs like that's not Pokemon. Like I just want to see not Pokemon or Kirby. I want to see Mario Odyssey 2. I want to see F-Zero make a comeback. I want to see GameCube games make a comeback.
Well,
Um,
Metroid, man, give me that
Met-
trilogy.
where's Metroid Prime 4? But also, yeah, where's this remaster that everyone's talking about with Metroid Prime?
I would love to play that Metroid Prime trilogy remaster if it comes out
Yeah, yeah,
because
no,
that's a
that would.
game like I own them on my Wii eShop or whatever.
Mhm.
I bought them years ago because I remember they were like, "Oh, these are getting taken off the eShop. Like, better buy them now." And they were cheap, so I was like, "All right, I'll buy it." I never played it, but I know if I go and play that right now, and be like, "Man, this game looks like trash." I
Yeah.
wish that it was like high res.
Also, those motion controls, man. I'm not a fan of motion controls. Yeah, I just want to see Nintendo get back to doing stuff that's like inventive and but still makes sense. It just it's always Pokemon and Kirby lately with them.
So
And
my thing with Nintendo is like I I never really look forward to their games very much. Like Splatoon 3 I look forward to just cuz I love Splatoon 2. But
mhm,
like I'm not super into Zelda, I'm not super into Mario.
mhm,
Like I'm more excited for like when they announce something, like say they announce a new Mario game. Like if it's like one of those things where it's like, "Oh, that looks cool, I'll try it."
mhm,
I'm not like a fanboy for any of their I mean Pokemon, yeah,
mhm,
but like everything else is kind of just like a wait and see for me.
mhm.
Like Zelda, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a big fan of Breath of the Wild, but like maybe the new one I'll try out and get into it. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I am that fanboy with Zelda. Like, I'm saying it right here today, November 23rd of 2022. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is my game of the year for 2023. That's just what it's gonna be. Like it doesn't matter what Hogwarts Legacy does. It doesn't matter what other amazing games come out. It's not gonna beat a new Zelda game for me that I'm been looking forward to for now over 5 years. Um, would you like to see the Switch is now coming up on 6 years old? Do you think it's time that we see a new console announced at some point next year for Nintendo?
I mean, I don't know if it'll be next year, but I think we're in the next 3 years. We'll see the next iteration, and it'll be
Yeah.
something more powerful than the Switch. But maybe it's not going to be like an Xbox Series X caliber thing, right?
No, it
It's
never
just going to
will.
be it's just going to be more powerful to keep up with the times and the tech.
Hmm. As for PlayStation, I mean, with them, kind
Dude,
of,
how
kind
many
of,
more dude Horizon Zero Dawn remaster?
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
That's
come on.
no more remasters unless it's something that actually needs it. Jack and Daxter,
Twisted
Ape
Metal.
Escape, Twisted Metal. eh, who knows? I want Twisted Metal back so bad, but who knows if that's going to be. Although the series should be out next year, right? Right? Yeah, yeah.
The
They're
questionable
filming.
TV show with Will Arnett as the voice and somebody else as the actor.
Anthony Mackie. I know he's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it that they're going into the the TV show stuff, like The Last of Us. More and more, I think
Dude,
about that. More
I'm
and more,
so
I'm like, that's
excited.
going to be great. I'm so much
Yeah.
more excited for that than I was The Last of Us Part
When
One
does that
remake.
come out?
They just recently announced a date for it. It's January something, I want to say. Last of Us.
Um it just says 2023 when I Google. Oh, January 15th.
Yeah. So it's coming up. That's I'm very excited for that.
Java
Yeah,
Con Leche says in the Twitch chat, Twisted Metal. Now that's a remake that would get my money immediately.
what I've been waiting for years is a remake of all the PlayStation 1 games. Kind of like what they did with Crash Bandicoot. I want them to remake all of those games in a package. I know that's like 5 games and they're never going to do that, but god, I want it so bad. I just think Twisted Metal is the I know when you think of PlayStation, you first think of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Uncharted, and all that. But I throw Twisted Metal in there, even though it's been so long since one of those games released. I just grew up loving those games so much. I love going through all the different characters and seeing their wish at the end. I also think a Twisted Metal Battle Royale these days would be perfect, but I just
You
want
know
it
what,
so
John?
bad.
You're here wishing for Twisted Metal, and Sony is giving you games like Destruction All Stars.
God damn it, that game. I still can't believe that at first they were gonna have a new Twisted Metal made by them. It's like, oh, I would have been so mad if that actually went through. Uh, but yeah, I am. What was his name that commented?
Oh, Java Con Leche.
All right, I totally agree with you, Java. I would 100% be down for some remakes or remasters of Twisted Metal. But no, we're gonna get Horizon again.
Yeah, her again.
Yeah.
All right, John, take me through the quick news.
All right. First up, did you know that Pokemon is a big franchise? Well, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have set the highest amount of game sales for a Nintendo platform with 10 million units sold within 3 days. Also, there's been a lot of people asking for refunds because of the performance issues, even though Nintendo denies anyone saying that,
If
which
you're
is
watching on
odd.
YouTube or Twitch right now, check out these eyes. I
What
sent these to
eyes?
John. The eyes I sent you last night, where they're like bulging out of
Oh,
the
yeah,
face.
yeah. That was pretty funny. Um,
That's a
yeah,
bad one.
that is there's a lot of really bad stuff like that. Masahiro Sakurai has hinted on his YouTube channel that he may be working on a Switch port of Kid Icarus Uprising, which I am pretty excited for. I've never played that on 3DS, but if that is real, that's a game I will definitely give a try. I've only heard very good things about it.
Yeah,
God of War. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I know nothing about it, so
Gotcha. God of War Ragnarok will have updates but no DLC. It is also the fastest selling PlayStation first party game with 5.1 million units sold in a week. You can really compare how it took a week for God of War to get 5 million and 3 days for Pokemon to get 10 million, even though so many people would say God of War Ragnarok is the better game. That's just how big of a franchise Pokemon is.
It's crazy.
Yep. Dead Island 2 is delayed to April 28th, but it will be getting a showcase showing off some new content on December 6th. Pretty excited for that. And I mean, we've been waiting 9 years at this point for Dead Island 2. What's another couple months to wait for it? Mario Kart 8 DLC Wave 3 is coming on December 7th. I'm pretty excited for this. They've got some good tracks this time around. Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7 is on there. That is the best Rainbow Road, in my opinion. They had a few tour ones in there, and they also remade a Game Boy Advance track. I love it when they do stuff like that. Some good stuff. We'll probably put together a community gaming night if you're in our Discord at that time.
It also, they also mentioned that the remainder of the courses will be out throughout 2023.
Yeah, they had already said that they would be out
but
by the end of 2023. What was that not good enough
Nothing.
for you? Okay.
No, I was just looking down.
Okay. Yuji Naka has been arrested on suspicion of insider trading. So apparently there were a couple guys within Square Enix.
Who's Yuji Naka?
Oh yeah, Yuji Naka is the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. He was like
like, is he still actively like
no
for this new game working on? Okay,
he's the guy that he helped make Sonic the Hedgehog, Nights in the Dreams, but then he was the director of Balan Wonderworld. That guy.
Oh,
that guy. Yeah. So
that guy, after Balan Wonderworld, he got rich somehow, and they're like, hey, something doesn't add up here.
So apparently there were a couple guys within Square Enix that got caught for insider trading with a Dragon Quest release announcement.
I think we talked about that on the show at one point.
So they think that Yuji Naka was also involved in that and made like a bunch of money off of Dragon Quest announcement with like stock prices and stuff. So yeah,
Shady.
Yeah. And then last up on quick news, following Saints Row disappointing sales and reception and just everything about it not being great, Volition is becoming a part of Gearbox. So now we've got
I didn't know that. That sucks.
Yeah. So we've got two game developers that aren't good at making anything besides one series joining together. How about that? Are you trying to think of what I'm talking about?
No, I'm just thinking about how that sucks. That their game was bad, so now they're just getting swallowed.
Yeah. Like who knows if Saints Row will ever come back now?
Dude, who knows if Balan Wonderworld will ever come back?
It won't, and that's a good thing, Joel.
not only is Yuji Naka canceled for making bad video games, he's also canceled for insider trading.
Yeah, because getting rich off stuff he knew was coming. I got a collectible, Joel.
John, I have many.
Many. Well, can I get mine off first? Because I've been waiting over a year for this.
All right, go ahead.
I got my first 4 figures. Hey, yeah, I'm wearing
my
Spyro shirt. My first 4 figures: Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage statue, or Gateway to Glimmer if you lived in Europe when it first came out. It also lights up. I don't know how my camera's gonna take that, but yeah, I am so excited. It's actually really heavy too. This is the first like really expensive statue I've bought from First 4 Figures. But I was like looking at my collectibles last year, and I was like, okay, I've got plenty of Zelda stuff in here: Overwatch, Kingdom Hearts, Mario. I've got all of that, but I didn't have any Spyro, and I love Spyro, so I put out a little more money than I usually would for a statue to buy this. And
how much was it?
Great.
How much was it?
I want to say 250.
Dang, that is an expensive statue.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably not buying any other ones like this for a while, although I would love to. They have so many cool looking statues. But yeah, that's what I got. I'll probably put it up where my Banjo plushie and amiibo are for next week.
All right, you want to see my number one collectible?
Let's
It's
see
my
it.
wedding ring.
Flame, get that out of here. Get the
John said it's lame. Get that out of here. Where did my hammer go?
Hammer. Oh, your Thor hammer. Someone bought the God of War Ragnarok
Look at this
collector.
bad boy.
Yeah. Does
Look
it
at
open up?
that, huh?
I think I saw
No,
it opens up. Or maybe I've
no, it
seen
does
something
not.
else. That's cool. Is it
It's
heavy?
fucking it's solid, dude. Like when I got it, I told Lisa, I was like, I'm gonna put this next to the bed. If anybody comes in, we're gonna fuck them up with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you think you could bust someone open
Oh,
with that?
John, you could murder somebody with this thing.
All right. All
With
right.
it, like it's plastic. Don't get me wrong, but it is like it is solid. You can't hear it because I have RTX voice,
Yeah.
but it is solid.
All right. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What else came with that collector's edition?
It came with a steelbook, two minifigures that are like represented in the game somehow. I think one of them is like a spoiler if you know what it is. I don't know what it is though. So, um, and I'm trying to think. A set of like D&D dice, which is they're kind of sweet looking. Um, and I think that's it. And like a digital copy of the game and some skins, I think. Not skins, but some sort of armor. But
Gotcha.
yeah, really cool collector's edition. I'm glad I got it. Other collectible is this bad boy, John.
One
The
second.
analog pocket.
I'm deleting a bad bot in our chat.
Oh,
Analog Pocket. Hell
analog
yeah!
pocket.
Finally.
Look at
What have you
this.
been
I got
playing on it? Oh, Pokemon.
Pokemon Red.
Hell yeah,
Um,
dude.
dude, this thing is sick. I love
Yeah.
it so much. You can't even see.
No, your
Oh,
camera. Oh,
oh,
we can make it out. That's a Pokemon in there. That's
you
a
can see it.
Pokemon Red.
You can see me moving it around.
He's in a Pokemon Center.
Um, yeah, I don't know. This thing's sick. Just like being able to filter through, like you'll be able to see like filtering through the like this is
The
original Game
green.
Boy.
Yeah.
This is like the analog Game Boy, which is like just super crisp and white. The different kind of Game Boys, but yeah, it is. I've played like 4 hours of Pokemon Red since like Sunday, and it's just because I keep it on my desk here, just play a little bit here and there. Yeah, I'm so upset that I didn't get the dock for it. Like it's such a buzzkill, and like if I want it now, I'm gonna have to wait like a year to get it in the mail, and it's like, do I even want to order it? Like, I gave them like $220 for this thing,
Right.
and then waited over a year for it. Like, am I really gonna go down that same path and give them like another $100 just to wait another year?
Yeah. I would probably wait until they get through. Is it the C tier of consoles?
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like, should I just put an order in and then like if I can
That way
somehow?
you get it as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you might as well if you've got the money. They do take it right away, so I would. My analog pocket is hopefully being sent within the next week or two, so we'll definitely have to do like a review or some kind of discussion on it. We'll bring Chad from Respawning Fire in because he's been talking about it as well, and
Yeah,
I am.
Matt has had his for like the first wave when the first wave got
Oh,
shipped to
really?
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
he was
see
like
that.
way on top of the game.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get both of them in and talk about it. I was starting to look around for Game Boy Advance games, and I've never played the third generation of Pokemon games, so I was considering getting Emerald, but that's like $175 for
Yeah,
just the cartridge.
so people have found ways to load cores onto this now, which allow you to load the ROMs directly onto the device
Oh,
itself.
all right.
So
Hell
that's
yeah.
another way, like you could play completely natively without needing the cartridge.
All right. Yeah,
Um,
that's definitely something I'll have
so
to look into when I get it.
yeah, because some of those games are super expensive.
Yeah, ridiculous. But yeah, If you grew up with like a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance, like, I cannot wait to get my hands on my Analog Pocket.
Yeah, it's fucking sick, dude. And like the another factor into me wanting the dock is like yeah, it'll be nice to have it like on my monitor while I play or something, right? But like I'm worried that like if I wear these buttons out or something, like if my A button
Yeah.
like gets worn out somehow, like there's really no aftermarket for repairing this stuff right now. So
Yeah.
like
You
it's
would
not
just have
like
to
your
hope that they would send you a new one if it was broke enough.
yeah, it's like it's not like your Switch where if you break a button, you can go on Amazon and order replacement buttons because there's like millions of Switches out there. This device
Mhm.
is so niched where like there's not that many out there. So like there's not really like there's not a market for people to make aftermarket buttons and accessories for it and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
But yeah,
You got
I'm
anything
like
else?
part of me is
Sorry.
holding out hope that somebody will hack it to be able to use like a USB-C dock of some sort, kind of like the
And then
Steam Deck
just
does. But
connect it to your
yeah,
Switch dock.
something
Just
like that. I
put
don't
it
know.
in the dock. It's like completely covered. All right. Got anything else?
Um, nah, I'll save other stuff.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to show everything, right?
And I say save other stuff, but like I'm looking around, I'm like, do I have anything else? I thought I did, but maybe not.
All right. Well, let's get into what we're playing. What you been playing lately, Joel?
So Pokemon Red, I've been playing it. And Pokemon, not Scarlet because you made me buy Violet because you're an evil person. Um, yeah, so I've been playing Pokemon. Fucking, I keep trying to say Scarlet. I've been playing Pokemon Violet. God damn it, and Pokemon Red. And you can go watch our video where we talk about our first impressions of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But I think it's an okay game.
Yeah.
Um, it's got its bugs, but it's still Pokemon, so it's fun.
Yeah.
But
I like
having
the open world aspect of it.
yeah, having played Pokemon Red recently, it makes me realize how easy Pokemon games have gotten over time. Because like I'm playing Pokemon Red, I defeated the first gym on like my third try because I had to go like level up my Pokemon. Because if you battle somebody, it doesn't level all the Pokemon in your party. It only levels the ones that do damage or anything
Hmm.
that take part in the battle. So I'm still like past. I'm 4 hours in, and I'm just past the first battle or gym, and I'm like going through that cave, and yeah, it's definitely much more difficult than newer Pokemon games are.
Yeah. My time in Scarlet, I haven't faced any of the trainers out in the open world. I've only fought uh Nemona. Is that how you say her name? Nemona? Nemona?
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia? um I'm going with that. I fought Pneumonia, some gym leaders, and Team Star people. I haven't fought like anyone out in the open world because you have to talk to them to battle them, and I'm just like, no. And I've also been like getting,
It's
I've been get,
much like you in real life. You're not going to talk to
yeah,
strangers.
yeah, yeah. Some guy comes up to me, hey, let's battle. And I just be like, no, and just keep walking. Um, yeah, but I have been like getting into areas that I really shouldn't be in. Like I was exploring the water the other day, the sea on the outside of the map, and the level scaling for that area, Lena, stop. The level scaling for that area is like so weird because like I was fighting Pokemon that were like level 25, and I got like just past a town, and it like jumped up to level 60. I was like, oh, okay, well I'll back up a bit, and I went a little too far back, and it was like still like level 38 people or Pokemon that I was finding, and I was like, what's up with this level uh scaling out here? But it was I love the open world aspects of it. Um, I I do like that there's a little more challenge in this one I think than like Legends Arceus had. I think no, it wasn't Legends Arceus. It was the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes. Um, I went through that entire game without swapping off my starter just because I was wondering if I could, and I did. I beat every. I got through entire game without swapping off my starter. I'm lucky
Nice.
that I don't have to that I can't do that in Scarlet. I actually this is the first Pokemon game that I don't have my starter in my party. I put it in my box because I
Why?
was like, I'm just not a big fan of them. Um,
See,
like
it for me, it's like an honor thing, right? It's like, yo, I chose this little guy
yeah,
right from the get go. He is staying
that
in my party this whole game.
that's how I usually am. And there's been Pokemon in the past that I don't really like. Um, X and Y had Fennec, and I wasn't crazy about his evolutions. Fuecoco, I'm like, okay, this one's cool. I evolved it into Crocolore, and I haven't even gotten it to Skeledirge, but I'm like focusing on all these other evolutions. Like I got a Lucario for the first time ever, and I'm like, yes, I'm so pumped about that. Like I had a Riolo, I think is what it was originally, and then you have to like raise its friendship with you, and then it evolves into Lucario, and I got it, and I'm so pumped about that, and now I'm kind of going forward thinking like, okay, that's my starter Pokemon. That's the one I want to keep in my party because I've never had one of those. I'm also working on a Tyranitar and a Noivern at the moment that I would love to get in my party.
Nice.
We need to play the multiplayer, like the
Yeah,
running around.
I'm still like really early in the game though, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, moving on, we've both been playing Vampire Survivors. We talked about that a little bit. So pretty much, it's would you say it's like a not Metroid, sorry, a roguelike game, right? Where
yeah.
every time you start fresh, but you can unlock perks in the main menu with the coins you unlock each run. Um,
Which I
it
think we
very
should say. Usually, this is a kind of game we're not into.
Yeah, very much not into this type of game, but the art style, it's like a pixel art style, so it looks like, your old like beat 'em up games from back in
It
the
looks like an
day.
NES game.
Yeah, and it's like kind of top down in a way because you can see the whole map. It's not like you can see like, you know, a skyline in the background or anything. But I think what has me hooked to this game so much is the simplicity of it. All you have to do is move around with your left stick. There's no buttons. You don't have to hit A, B, nothing, right? All you have to do is move your left stick around. For instance, the guy I like to choose the most is he has like a wand or something and shoots like, his thing every so often. But then as you kill guys, you get these blue gems, and it gives you XP, and then you level up. When you level up, you can choose either a new weapon, or you can upgrade your current weapon, or you can upgrade your armor or your health. Um, and yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like a ton of fun, but it's like mindless fun. So like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna listen to a podcast or something, definitely that's the game. If you
Yeah,
want to be doing something while you're listening to a podcast, um, but yeah, it's mindless fun to me, and I think that it's
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, I'll give it that. One thing I have noticed about it is a great game to play on XCloud. I've been playing it in my bed. I'll hook up my Razer Kishi controller thing. I think that's what it was
Yeah,
called. Um, and yeah, it's just great on there. It's
I had
really
not
just a
thought of
game.
that.
Yeah, it plays great on XCloud. Uh, I think that's probably where I'll play it the most going forward. I did a let's play of it on our YouTube channel, Pixel Street Videos, and at the time I was playing it on, and I was like, "Why do people love this so much?" And I get it. It's kind of what you said. It's just mindless fun. It is perfect for if you're just listening to a podcast. It's just something to do. It's just pretty much it's how well can you avoid enemies while your character just automatically attacks them for the most part. How long do you usually last? Because right around 10 minutes is when I always die.
So the more you play and the more you unlock stuff in the main menu, the easier the game will get.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like right now, I'm averaging like around 15 to 25 minutes. It depends on the run. But like I was talking to Loops, and he maxes it out because the max you can go is 30 minutes. Um, and then I don't know how it ends because I haven't gotten that far into a run yet, but I think it ends it for you
Yeah,
once you hit that mark or near that mark. So
gotcha.
yeah, it
I'll
gets
I'll
easier
try
the more
and
you play.
I'll put more time into it, and we'll see where I'm standing next week when we do the podcast, because it's definitely a game I want to play more. It's just I have so many other games to focus on at the moment that I'm not putting too much time into it. Besides when I'm just laying in bed.
Yeah. Java Comb Leche in the Twitch set chat says, I've been hooked lately on 20 Minutes Till Dawn, which I think is one of several basically clones of Vampire Survivor. And I have
Okay,
that up on YouTube and I'm looking at it.
20 minutes
And
till dawn.
it's pretty cool looking.
Let's see. I'll pull up the stream here.
It looks pretty interesting to me.
Yeah,
It looks more.
it does.
At
It
least
looks very similar.
this character that they're playing looks like you can aim, but it could be that there are other characters you could choose that are more like thoughtless in terms of what you're
I
doing.
I
Oh,
do
this looks
like that
really
it
cool.
I do like that it shows the reload, like how long you got until it starts shooting again.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing Vampire Survivor is missing for sure.
Yeah.
But
Did you
yeah,
say this was
if
on Steam?
I don't know,
I'll look it up.
20 minutes till
It's
dawn.
on Steam and Android.
Okay, $5 on Steam, not bad. Came out June 7th of this year. Maybe I'll have to
Yeah,
pick that up.
that's definitely a game to look into if you like Vampire Survivor.
Hold on, here's the big question: is
Hmm.
it Steam Deck verified? No,
I
but it says
literally
it's
don't
playable.
care.
So
All right. So I've been playing A Plague Tale Requiem. Unfortunately, when I first started it about a month ago, I got sick. Didn't really feel like doing anything for a long
you got
time.
the plague.
I got the plague essentially. Um,
Sorry,
and
bad joke.
I picked it up again last night, and man, I gotta tell you, Joel, this game is really damn good, and I am so happy it got a Game of the Year nomination. I'm not done yet. Let me actually check and see how many chapters are in it. Chapters in A Plague Tale Requiem. Total is 17, so I'm getting close to halfway done. And I when I say stuff like, "Oh, this game is like the perfect sequel because it builds on everything the previous game had." That's really what Requiem does here. Like I got to a point last night where I've got this army guy with me now, and you know how in the past it's always been okay, you have to like sneak through, get past everyone. If you've got a shot on them, hit them in the head with your sling and move forward. Well, this guy, I could just be like, hey, go attack them while I sneak over here and take out this other guy. And I love that aspect of
That's
this game.
cool.
They've added so many other things into it too. Now, when you're in certain areas of the game, I don't want to spoil the end of the first game for you, but Hugo can connect with
You
the
you
rat.
you you've already spoiled it for me. Like in terms
Have
of
I?
connecting with the rats. At one point you did.
Okay,
Before I thought I would ever play it, but yeah, go ahead.
gotcha. Um, so he can like connect with the rats, so you can like use them to like send out like a sonar wave to see where enemies are. And there's also a couple points where I've like actually taken control of them and like made them like chase after soldiers and eat them. Like
That's
that
cool.
stuff is so cool. Um, I really hope that you get a chance to finish up A Plague Tale Innocence because I think
Well,
that is
John, I just
a great
looked.
game.
I
Yeah,
looked it up right now because Christmas time, Black Friday. We have the
yeah,
Black Friday sale going on. So
yeah.
like,
I need to
what's
check
a
that.
great game? What's a great game to go on sale? Right? Plague Tale
Yeah.
Innocence. Nope. $40.
Okay, that's gonna change. It has to. That game absolutely. I can't believe that they took it off like right before the sequel came out. But yeah, I think the sequel is better in almost every single way, and I really like the first game. So
Cool.
yeah, I'll talk more about it. My goal is to have it done by this weekend, so hopefully I can talk about it next week in a more like final thoughts of it and everything. God of War
Cool.
Ragnarok. I know you said you only played about an hour. I've played
Yeah.
probably like four and a half. So I'm very early in that one still. I'm gonna plow through that one as well and get it done before the Game Awards, so I can make a better critical like thought on like my Game Award vote and everything. But yeah, I think that game is absolutely brilliant from a cinematic point. I think it's more of the first game, which I love. Like that
Yeah,
was great. I also love that there are certain points in it where they'll like call out uh, things that they did in the first game. Um, One of the biggest complaints with the first game, at least for me, was that there was so many fights against trolls, and there's like just straight up a moment where you get attacked by a troll, and Kratos just like chops its head off, and you just go on, and I'm like, okay, that's funny that they're like,
that's
okay,
cool.
you don't want to fight these guys anymore. Okay, he's
Yeah,
just
it's
dead.
like that. Yeah, they're just acknowledging that
Yeah.
that was a problem.
So I love the self awareness of that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk more about that when I get further into the game. I put a lot of time into it one night and then uh had to go to a hospital for my daughter and everything and just haven't played it since then. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah, my initial thoughts are it looks amazing. I got a new sound system in my living room,
Oh, I bet
and
that's
it
really great.
sounds amazing too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to get through it. I'll probably play more this weekend with the 4-day holiday weekend. So,
Yeah.
the other thing I've been playing is Warzone 2. That came
Yeah.
out last week when I was out of town. I fucking love it, man. I've always loved Warzone. It's just like
Mhm.
I fall off of it because like my friends fall off of it, right? Like it's
Mhm.
one of those games where I don't want to play it alone.
Same.
And which is how most people probably are with it. But
I am with every battle royale, honestly.
yeah, same. But last night I wanted to play, nobody was on, and I'm not one to like text people really and be like, "Hey, want to play Warzone?" So what do
Don't
I
text
do?
me.
Shout out to the Kind of Funny Discord group because every time there's a game I want to play, I go in there and there's like somebody talking about playing it or somebody that's like looking for a squad or I post like, "Hey, anybody want to play Warzone?" Somebody always hits me up. So
Mhm.
I was playing with two dudes last night. It was a ton of fun. We tried DMZ, which is cool. It's like an extraction game mode where you go in, you fight bots and other human players, um, and you have to extract what you get for XP, pretty much. So we did some of that. We did. It's called Unhinged Trios, which
Mhm.
unhinged means that you can squad up with another squad. Like there is an option in your action wheel to invite another squad to your squad or to request to join another squad. So
So
we were
real quick,
rolling six
I have a
people
question
deep.
about that. Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask because I seen that in the menu and I was like, huh, that's an interesting idea. But I had wondered like, it, the cat does let you go beyond like three people.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny cuz we use proximity chat. So we were like,
Hmm.
okay, we're like, all right, let's land here. And then we go there, and there's just a shit ton of people around us, and everybody's just yelling like, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" And of course, some people killed some people, and then it just so happened that there were two squads left there, and we were like, "Yo, let's squad up." And then we are like, "All right," and we were trying to figure it out, could not figure it out. Like we were doing the invite, accept, and then at the end of the day, we figured it out. But somebody had killed our third squad mate, and so it didn't bring him in with us. So there was only 5 people, and then somebody else, like we started shooting this other team. Somebody else on that other team like joined our squad while we were killing his team,
So
and
you can leave your team for another team.
yes, so it's yeah that's the confusing thing is like just because say me and you are in a squad, right, and I join another squad, it's not going to automatically bring you.
Hmm.
So this guy left his team because somebody hit the invite thing while he was like trying to join, and he left his team, and then he ended up going to game chat. He's like, "Yo, you guys just wiped my whole squad, and now I'm on your team because I was like messing with the settings and accidentally joined you guys."
That's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah,
That's
it
cool.
was just it the proximity chat in that game in Warzone 2 versus Warzone 1. It's like because Warzone 1 didn't have proximity chat with enemies.
Hmm.
It was the only time you could hear the enemies is if you killed them. You could hear like their comms for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds maybe. But proximity chat is hilarious because like we were playing just like duos last night after one of the guys got off, and it was just funny to like be somewhere and like me and him are talking, and then you just hear somebody like, oh shit, they know we're here, and like you see like their little mic in red on the corner of your screen pop up, and then like just be like, we're coming for you, buddy. You better run. It's so funny, dude.
I've seen a lot
I
of videos with the proximity chat, like making some pretty funny like moments. So I love that part of Warzone 2. Uh, I feel like there's some parts of it though that feel a little clunky to me. Maybe it's just like the change to how you like manage your gear and stuff now. It feels a little off to
yeah
me. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to play it more and get more used to it. You need to let me know when you're playing because, like I said, I'm not playing it alone.
yeah. Anything else you've been playing? I'm definitely playing more Warzone, probably tonight. So
All right, let me know and I'll play. I've also been playing Overwatch 2. I got a couple of my friends, Jake and Danny, into it, and it's so funny to me. Like they've never played anything like Overwatch, and
not even Overwatch 1 at all.
no, no, they never. Well, I had gotten Jake into Overwatch earlier this year, Overwatch 1, but Danny was like he got into Overwatch 2 in the past week and he had never like seen it, didn't know anything about it. So it's so funny to me, like trying to teach him everything, all the ins and outs, and be like, okay, you know what? Just start off with Soldier because he's as close to a Call of Duty character as you're gonna get, and all that stuff. You know, the basic stuff that you tell a new guy.
Except for you have two new guys, so they can't both be the
Yes,
same character.
yeah. So I'm telling them, okay, you know what? You like to heal yourself, take Road Dog. You okay? I got him on Torbjorn because he's an easy guy to throw down a turret and everything. Yeah, it's been an adventure, but it's been pretty fun playing quick play with friends again because for a very long time there I was playing Overwatch on my own. So hey, it's good to have people to play it with again. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
John, let's do something new. What's something that you want to play? Like
Something
something
I
that might
want to
have come
play.
out, something that might have come out recently that has piqued your interest, but you just haven't gotten around to checking out enough.
Besides God of War, which I mean I said I started, but I want to get more into it. Um, I've been in a mood lately. I don't know why. I've been in a mood lately to play an NBA game. I haven't looked at NBA 2K23 at all. I don't know if it's
I
good.
mean, it's probably on sale right now, honestly.
It might be, but when I was in high school, I was super into basketball. I fell off for a long time there. I've always been a huge baseball fan, but lately I've been getting the itch to play a basketball game again. So maybe I'll look up that and play something. I don't know. What about you?
For me right now, it's Among Us VR because apparently that came out like a week or two ago,
It did, yeah.
and I'm
You
very
could get it.
excited to check it out. Yeah, it's $10.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, John,
I
you'll let me buy it? Thanks so
Yeah, I'll
much.
let you bid. No, I meant it's on your what do you have? Meta? The
Yeah.
Steam thing?
Well,
I don't know.
yeah. So I have the Meta Quest, but I could still play wirelessly on Steam, any Steam VR game as well. So
Oh, you can just connect it.
yeah, it
Okay.
connects wirelessly to the computer, or I have a
I
cable
got
as
you.
well.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's I thought those were separate stores and everything.
I mean,
No, that's cool.
they are separate stores, but you're able to hook up your VR headset to Steam, which is
Gotcha.
pretty cool.
If I wouldn't get so sick, I'd probably be there with you.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, with that, I think we're going to end episode 209 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street to check out our latest uploads, tweets, polls, whatever else John's going to post, his articles, stuff like that. Um, check out our pinned tweet to join the Discord where we kind of just hang out. We talk about gaming news as it's coming out and kind of chat over there.
Yeah.
John argues with Spence probably weekly about one thing or another. So
Yeah, it's
have
been
fun
interesting to have
watching
him
that.
on the podcast last week like I initially was planning on doing.
Yeah. Finally, wherever you're watching or listening, we greatly appreciate it. Give us a review, positive or negative. Any feedback is appreciated. So,
Yes.
yeah, check out our YouTube channel, Pixel Street Videos. We have a video up of us talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, a little more in depth than we have here today on the show. So,
Mhm.
check that out. John, where are you at on them interwebs?
On Twitter, I am at Revik Shadows. I don't have a Hive account yet because it denied me the first time I did it. It said something like I was blocked out of the platform for some reason, and
That's
I don't know.
weird.
I'll look at it later, or I'll just take over the Pixel Street one, whatever. Um, my writing is on GamePro.com. So many Pokemon guides that I've written in the last week. So many. But I did write an Overwatch 2 news post today that a modder uh, took Kiriko's ult and swapped it with a motorcycle because she has a voice line that says "Wait till you see me on my bike," and it has no reference to anything in the game.
That
So they're
makes
like,
no
"Okay,
sense.
I'm giving her a bike." So yeah, someone put up a video of her on a bike running over Reinhardt, May, and Bastion, which I love. But yeah, other than that, hoping to get back into the YouTube video making process here soon when things die down a little. Maybe we'll. I wanted to do an unboxing of that Spyro statue, but I don't have the room to set up a unboxing area at the moment. So, but I have some ideas for other content to make. So,
Yeah. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Campo63, twitch.tv/Campo63, and Hive at Campo63. So, yeah, I was not blocked like John from making a Hive account.
oh,
Um, yeah. You can also find Pixel Street on Hive as well. Java Con Leche just asked in the chat. So, search Pixel Street on Hive and you'll find us there. We have one post there, and it's just our logo.
also, thanks Java for watching us
Yeah.
stream this live. It was awesome.
Yeah. Appreciate having people watching live. We'll be right back here next week with episode 210 of the Pixel Street podcast.
Bye.